Ilana, thank you very much for coming. I wanted to speak with you because I was taken by one of the kidnapped children. Her name is Abigail, which is the name of my daughter. I thought a long time, my wife and I thought a long time before we named our daughter Abigail. It's very meaningful to me. So when I saw this little girl who's 3 years old, who was taken hostage and kidnapped, the thought of that, and then to imagine her alone in some dungeon somewhere was just devastating to me. You knew them very well, so I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to talk to you, for you to tell us about the family and Avigail specifically. First, can you tell us, you were very close with the family itself, with their children and your children. Can you tell us what your connection was with Avigail, her brother and sister, and her family?
Well, Abigail's father is Ro'i Idan. He's my colleague, he's my cameraman, and he's one of my best friends. Every weekend, every Shabbat in the summer, we'd go to Kfar Aza, which is a little piece of paradise in the south. And we'd go to the pool. I'd bring my kids, my 3 children, and they'd play with his. And we were really close.
You're a journalist, he's a cameraman, and you worked on many projects together.
Yes. And his daughter, Abigail, his youngest, she's a real Spitfire.
She looks like that. You can even tell that from the picture of her, the hostage picture of her.
Yes, she's adorable, and in the pool, she's just 3 years old, but she can swim and fend for herself, and she's a really independent child. And his 2 other children, Amalia and Michael, age 8 and 6, going on 9, going on 7. It's hard to think that any child would go through something like that, and it's even harder to imagine that it happened to someone you know. On the day of October 7th, I was planning actually to go to Nativ Asara, which is close to Kfar Aza, and get Ro'i some flowers. He just started to work on his garden.
You were going to go and spend the day with them.
Yeah.
In Kfar Aza.
Yeah.
It was a holiday. It was some
It was Shabbat.
Yeah.
That's like any other morning. But we woke up to sirens. I live in Beersheba.
In Beersheba.
We woke up to the sirens, and me, my husband, and 3 children, we went to our closet and sheltered there.
That was first thing in the morning?
That was
6:30 in the morning or so?
6:30 in the morning. I texted Ro'i and wrote to him to stay safe. And pretty soon we understood that this isn't another round. I'm a journalist, and my area is the south, but not Kfar Aza and kibbutzes over there. I went to Ofakim, where there were also terrorists who made an attack and killed several civilians. When I got there, the bodies were still out on the street, the bodies of civilians and police officers. And the terrorists, they just barricaded themselves in a house, and the police were sweeping the area. I texted Ro'i again to see how he's doing, but there was no answer.
So you knew already then that Hamas had entered the kibbutz Kfar Aza?
Yes, but I didn't know the scale of the invasion. I thought it was probably in the beginning only a couple.
But you knew how lethal it was because you had seen those bodies in Ofakim.
Yes.
So you knew that it was a very dangerous situation.
Yes, I didn't know what was going on with him. But as the hours went by and the events in Ofakim also calmed down, we started getting reports about dozens of injured going to Soroka, being evacuated.
Nobody could contemplate that something like this would have happened.
Yeah.
They were shooting there all the time, but nothing like this was ever imagined by anyone.
Yes, not the scale
Not on
of
this
things.
scale.
So when I went to the hospital, to Soroka in Beersheva, there were injured coming in nonstop, soldiers, civilians. It was like a war zone. You had parents swarming into the hospital trying to understand if their children came to Soroka. No one really had any information, but I managed to understand that Ro'i hasn't been evacuated. He's not in Soroka. So I went back to Ofakim, still no sign of him. And as time passed, I got a message and a phone call from his brother and sister who said that his two children, Amalia and Michael, are in the safe room, and they managed to tell them that they shot Smadar, his wife, and that they shot Ro'i. They did say that they killed their parents, that the terrorists who invaded Kfar Aza killed their parents. Ro'i's brother, he also managed to get through to the forces, and he also told them where Ro'i's house is. So they got the kids. They came out of the Jeep. Amalia was covered with her mother's blood. It was all over her hair and her face. They gave me the kids. Amalia didn't stop talking about how the terrorists came and killed Smadar and shot her, and how afterwards they shot Ro'i, her father. She asked who's going to look over them now and what's going to happen to them. And she still didn't know that her sister Avigail survived. Afterwards, she ran, covered with blood, to a neighbor's house, Avichai Brodach. And Avichai took her in, and he put her with his wife and 3 children. And he went out to fight because he had a training. And they were all kidnapped, Avichai's family and Avigail.
She'll be celebrating her 4th birthday in about 2 weeks?
Yeah, at the 24th of November, she'll be 4. And her family hopes that she'll be able to celebrate her birthday with them. They're extremely worried. There is no word. No one knows what's happening. They're very much in the dark.
Is it too painful to imagine what they're going through in captivity? Do you sometimes think about it and think how she's doing?
I try not to think about it. But when I do, I hope that she's with Avichai's wife, with Hagar, and their children. She goes to Gan with Uriah, with his youngest. And I hope that they're together and she sees someone familiar because we don't know if she's alone. I hope that they're still alive and she'll be able to be released and celebrate her 4th birthday with her family.
Are you worried about, there's talk of a deal where some sizable group of hostages would be released, including women and children? I think the numbers are, they're talking about some 50 hostages, which would still leave close to 200 who would remain kidnapped. Are you worried that if they do that kind of deal, and that would come with a 3 to 5 day ceasefire or pause, are you worried that the rest of the hostages would be abandoned, or it would be more difficult to bring them back? Do you support that kind of deal?
You know, Israel went to marches and demonstrations when you had just one IDF soldier hostage in Gaza.
Gilad
Shalit, yes. So when you have so many, the Israeli public won't stand for such a thing. Even if it's just 50 now, no one is going to stop this war, to end this war, unless you have all of them released in the end, because it's the hostages and it's also the downfall of the Hamas terrorists. Because Kfar Gaza, they want to go home. They want to rebuild their little paradise. And no one is going to do that if Hamas is still in power.
First of all, I want Ilana, thank you for talking to us. I see how painful this is. I send you my condolences and our condolences for the loss of your very good friend, for all of the people who were viciously murdered. This crime, this inconceivable crime of taking hundreds of hostages, including babies. There's a 10-month-old in Gaza now. I can't wait for the day, and I pray that this will happen speedily, that Avigail and all of the children and all of the hostages come back. And on that day, I'll be rejoicing with the rest of the family. Send them our best. Thank you. Keep strong.
Thank you.